have to turn on my lights to give me some lighting. Yeah. Good morning and happy Sunday to you guys. Thank you for joining me here. Today I'm going to take on the topic that is that has a lot to do with me. So I'm going to calm down so I can share with you this so that you guys can follow me through. Yeah. So here it is. I'm nervous because I'm really going to get into some of the most secretive things in my life. But because I'm in front of this camera now, willing to, share with you, I'm going to do it. 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 Yes. Okay. Where am I? Where is my? I don't want to be at my camera is not the phone, so my camera is somewhere beside. Okay, better. No. So you guys, good morning. Thank you guys once again. So there's a video I saw that is prompting me to want to come here and do this. Thank you for joining me and I acknowledge you. Thank you very much. I saw a video of MC Mbakara. I saw a video of MC Mbakara trending. Those of you who apparently are on social media knows MC Mbakara. You know Pella, you know Jarvis. Okay, I'm not a social media person, but now I am. So I need to get into it. So Pella has started trending, as you know. He's now a big boy in town. He's a big boy. He's now rich. So MC Mbakara has been a guy who has been in the social media space for a long time. And MC Mbakara happens to be in a Cross Riverian. He's from Cross River State. So Cross River State gave birth to Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom is where the Senate President of Nigeria, Godswill Akpabio, who was former governor of Akwa Ibom, is from. He's from Akwa Ibom. Now, this guy called MC Mbakara has been in the industry for a long time, and he's made himself, a papa in that industry. He's a big boy. He's rich. He's wealthy now to a certain standard or level. And now, a few days ago, Pella was on live. Was it live? Pella said Pella was having an interview last week that he wanted to employ some people, camera people or so, someone to handle his cameras. So he invited some group of people. Thank you guys for joining me. Good morning. So Pella actually had that interview. On that interview, there was this girl from Efik in whether Akwa Ibom or Cross River, Calabar. And in that video, Pella happens to ask the girl, "Where are you from?" And the girl said, "She's no, what tribe are you?" That's what Pella asked. And the girl said she is Efik. And Pella said he didn't know where Efik is or which tribe is that. And the girl went on to say is from Akwa Ibom or something like Cross River or something like that. And Pella was like, he didn't know. So Pella made jest of that situation. And the girl went off. And the girl went off and went live. And when she went live, she explained the situation and she felt embarrassed. She felt like she was, being marginalized, sort of marginalized. And when MC Mbakara, being a sort of one of the big name in in entertainment in Nigeria from Cross River State, saw the interview, saw the video, and now invited the girl that he is going to hire the girl or employ the girl. And Pella now saw the videos that MC Mbakara made of the girl, and Pella now went off to call Kataife on the phone to explain to Kataife that MC Mbakara and the girl that had an interview with him, they had a meeting, they are making fun of the situation, they went on TV and all of that. And then Pella went on to, ignore the fact that he's either ignorant of the fact that Cross River State, Akwa Ibom are a tribe in Nigeria, even though a minority. He made fun of it in a way that looks like there is no existing small minority tribes in Nigeria that he knows other than Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Meanwhile, we have always have this, feeling like there's minority groups in Nigeria, in various, there are minorities. Apart from the major three languages we know, we have other languages that are minority, which happens to be that Efik from Cross River State, Calabar, and Akwa Ibom that speak this language is minority. And then Msimbaka now saw the reply that, or the video that Pella called Kataife and made an insertion that Mbakara was using the girl to make money. So the whole thing just went on like that. So for those of you who are online have seen that video apparently. Okay? So this is why I decided to make a video of this. I'm not a content creator. I'm an entrepreneur. But then my entrepreneurship is, built around or established around media and entertainment. So these are the challenges we have coming from a minority ethnic group in Nigeria. I am a Calabar man, and I have been trying to pursue a career as an entertainment management or manager. Okay, I build a company around that, and what my company is supposed to be around is to manage talent, produce content, publish content. We have a magazine set out. We have content set out. We have a newspaper set out. We have a whole lot of, things around entertainment in my company. Now, because I am from the minority, we don't have superstars. We don't have celebrities from Cross River State. The few ones that we have, because of if you watch the video that MC Bakara put out, if you watch another video of Flower Boy, who is also a Cross Riverian guy, they put out, you see that we have a sentiment coming from Cross River. We have a sentiment. And because of that sentiment, it is difficult for a Calabar man to become a star in Nigeria. It's very difficult in terms of the entertainment industry. It's very difficult for a Calabar man to be on mainstream, being a superstar. The few ones that are there, I can say Ketenshaw is a Calabar woman, and a few other ones. Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of things happening in Nigeria in every industry that happens around ethnic divide. Okay, whether you are in sport, I know a friend, a friend, not a friend, is older, way older, because back then Jacob is way older. He's a Calabar guy who was with the Super Eagles team, but then when he explained a lot of things, there have been, Calabar guys, Cross River people, Akwa Ibom that have played with Super Eagles, but then when they explain how they got there, you'll be surprised because why? It took them a lot to be able to get there. So coming from a minority ethnic group in Nigeria as Calabar that I come from, we are in the barest ladder while trying to climb up. We are like the lowest ladder. To climb up as a Calabar man is the most difficult thing you can think of, no matter how talented, how good you are, because you are from the minority. Many people who dominate the industries in Nigeria are from the majority. Igbo, Igbo, Yoruba, and then Hausa. Now, if you want to get into entertainment in Nigeria, whether you speak pure English, whether you have accents, whether you don't, it doesn't matter. Your ethnic group is the first people that will support you and push you to where you are supposed to be. So I've tried producing a movie as a Calabar man. I have tried being an actor as a Calabar man. I didn't focus because each time I try, I see this sentiment glaring in my face and I don't want to take it. I don't want to go through those insults and humiliation. I just leave. I remember going to an audition in Nigeria. Even as a boy, before going to school, I had always wanted to be an actor, right? I'll go on auditions and then eventually I won't be selected, I won't get the roles. I just got tired. Plus, I need to hustle other things. So I left the industry quite young in my life. I left the industry. Okay. So what happened is, very recent in my life in 2015, a company I was working for, you know, I got an opportunity to work with a company that was producing content for ECOWAS. Okay. They were producing content for, um, let's say, Society for Family Health across ECOWAS member states in Africa. And then we decided they decided we were going to do a what's it called, a TV program, TV show, or a soap opera, some sort of. I got a role in that to be an actor on that. And I will tell you this: they were now asking what language I speak. First of all, they gave me the role because I was from Cross River State, because they wanted these actors to speak specific languages in certain episodes of the show. So when I got the role, they saw on my profile that I'm from Calabar or Cross River. They gave me the role. Even though I earned it or not, though they gave me the role. And then throughout the project, we haven't started shooting. It was still going on, the first pre-production. And they now started giving us languages. In some script come for, there was a script for me to speak Efik, a general aqua cross language, Efik. And I told them, oh no, I'm from the north. I'm from Obudu, I'm Obaliko, precisely, that I can't speak Efik. It became a problem because even if the script was written, I could pronounce Yoruba Igbo better than Efik. Instead of them to give me time to go learn the language, they decided, you know what, they weren't going to give me time. And then they started scouting for someone who could speak Efik to replace me. Me now, I wasn't very patient because then I have some change with me. And because I have some change, I'm not going to be waiting for you to screen me, to cast me, to give me a role. So I walked away from the deal. Now, what I'm trying to say is I have suffered as a minority person in different multiple ways. Okay? Not to say that I'm trying to. Now, to come from a minority in Nigeria, you don't know what it means until you are faced with certain challenges. That's why sometimes when you see people from different tribes making a better life for themselves, you tend to think maybe there's nothing different from you. You probably might be even more talented, but you would make it in Nigeria itself quite easily if you are from this minority. That's one of the challenges we have or we faced. So I tell you this, right? When I saw the video that Pella said he didn't know what Akwa Ibom is or where Akwa Ibom or Calabar is located, I took it from the angle of being ignorant. Pella don't know a lot. He just happens to blow into the mainstream media space. So you cannot take that kind of a person into a serious discourse as the marginalization that go on in Nigeria with ethnic minorities. You can't take Pella's topic to become a mainstream topic. No. I expected that this kind of topic can be discussed, but because it's around entertainment, I mean, they would argue that there was a former Senate president from Cross River, my town, my village, almost my village, who was Sir Joseph Wires back in 80 under Shagari. So we also have been given the opportunity to be in the mainstream political center, as it were, in Nigeria. The current Senate president is also from Akwa Ibom. So you can't say we have been completely marginalized because we have also attained certain level in terms of the mainstream political center in Nigeria as the unity government that we have. But in entertainment, very few people have made it to the mainstream from Cross River State and from Akwa Ibom. When people want to talk, they say mention how many celebrities you have from your state. I look it like it's a caricature, but then they are flexing because they have those. They want to be proud. They want to have bragging rights. You point this and this and that. So when I see people pointing certain boys who made money from YouTube and all of that as celebrities, or Facebook and Instagram as celebrities, I understand that we have never had a mainstream celebrity to call, okay, this person is from here. We have had some, few, very few, I would say. So coming from Cross River State, I've faced challenges that each time I want to push something that is supposed to be of national interest, because I don't want to limit my my ideas, my concepts, my company, my whatever I want to do, my projects, to just being in a small scale. I want it to be national, because I don't care what you think. I don't want you to know where I'm from. Just buy what I'm selling. If it's good for you to buy, you buy it. It doesn't really matter. But one thing I've understood is whenever you try to, in this generation where partnership is very important. If I'm a Yoruba person, I speak Yoruba to somebody, they that relativity and understanding comes with the language, different from when I'm speaking from a different language, even if it is English. So I will understand that the difficulty we have is, first of all, if I am talking to a crossover person who is also pursuing to be in the limelight, in the industry, in entertainment, as the case may be, trust me, because I know he's my brother, that natural inclination of ethnic, divide will make me to want to encourage him, to give him a lift. Same thing happens everywhere. So that's why in my pursuit, right, my company, I'm not the one that want to do what my company wants to do. My company is not a company where I said, okay, I'm selling or I'm buying. It's a production company. So what we do is practically producing content, okay? If I want to produce a movie, I will need people who are actors. Mostly the mainstream actors, whatever level you want to categorize them, are Igbo and Yorubas. And then you can talk of the Hausa genre, right? Musicians, the same things. Models, the same things. Whatever you want to talk about in entertainment, I can't find people from Cross River State to do entertainment for me to produce. So I have a script to produce. I'm going to tell you that to find a Cross River person to produce that, to act on that script, is difficult to find. And number two, to say that, sorry, I've ignored my camera all through this conversation. I've ignored my camera. I've faced you guys here on Facebook. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Okay. Now, let me try to face my camera. So on Golden Page Magazine, which happens to be one of my companies, okay, we do content management and production. Also, we do news production, which is news, daily news posting, and also we have a magazine, a digital magazine, where we feature people who wants to share whatever they want to share in story and in their life, whatever. You know what a magazine means. I have tried over the years to partner with celebrities. It is either I don't have the money to pay them, or my brand is not big enough for them to bring their self or their profile down to partner with me. And because I don't have the money to pay big celebrities to feature on my magazine or to act on my movie, anytime try to connect with any one of these people, I don't get the opportunity to have them. They don't listen to me. But if I have the money, they will, because it will be completely compensated. So they will come. If I want you to shoot on my movie, act for me on my movie for the production, I'll pay you, you act. But I don't have the money in that bunch where I can get celebrities star actors to star on my movie, or to feature on my magazine, or to come create content on my studio. Because of that, what happens is my company or my concept is reduced to that mid-level kind of, until I'm able to have the kind of money Nigeria of today requires to be able to establish properly for people like that to be associated with. Do you understand the challenges now? Now, most time is one person can change your story. One person can change your story. They say you have to repeatedly do something, consistency. I started Golden Page magazine in 2017. It's 8 years now, 2017. I've not been able to feature one superstar or have an interview with one major mainstream celebrity. Number two is I understand that I'm not on ground in Nigeria. And most times when I have, interest to do a project, I tend to get into the wrong people because I'm not on ground. I don't end up getting results. So all of that plays a role. But the major part is because I am a Calabar man who do not have relatives who speak the same language as I do in the mainstream media or in the mainstream entertainment or in the mainstream center, political center. So every target project I have requires these three things. You need to have people who are in the mainstream. You need to have serious money. You need to have these connections. Because you do not have those connections, all you need is a build it from ground up. But I have been doing that for a very long time. So what I decided to do now is I only want to rely with you guys. Okay? I only want to rely with you guys because I understand that it's not sometimes that you want to do something. Sometimes you need people to understand what you want to do. Now, I've created the concept. To be able to market the concept is not a problem because why? To market the concepts, you need certain things to be able to market it. And I've not been able to attain those things. So why am I discussing this is, when they talked about, Calabar people are nowhere to be found in the mainstream entertainment industry, and people started parrying, this and that and that. Nobody is lying. Nobody is trying to tell you this and that. This is true. Okay? Now, I have written emails, sent emails to people until now social media is dominating. I have, chatted people, sent DMs to people that I want to collaborate with. I don't see those results. There's a woman from Cross River State that I love so much. She has been in the industry. She's one of our only celebrities from Calabar or Cross River. Told her, Mom, this is what I do. Send her a copy of whatever the preview of what I do, and said, please, man, I'd like you to feature on my magazine. I have not legitimately launched my magazine because each time I have my magazine up to the copies, the features I want to launch, and I'm looking for a face, I don't get. And because I don't want to be like that mediocre who is going to do something that is not, really good, I just leave it. I begged, please, ma'am, come be the face of my magazine. We are going to launch this month. Please. She said no. Please, if you recommend someone or introduce me to someone I can use, at least I don't have this much budget, but no, I don't. Now, I'm not on ground to start traveling around Nigeria to look for, or Lagos to look for partnership or look for people to feature on my magazine like it's supposed to be. So sometimes it is important you understand that the challenges we go through, as if I was an entertainer, that I'm a content creator, I understand that, okay, I'm a content creator, all I need to do is make videos and post, but because I'm an entrepreneur, all I need is to be able to build a business. And there's a lot of factors that comes with building a business, understanding the model of the business. My model of the business require me to be in Nigeria, right? So because I'm not in Nigeria, I have to flip the model up so that it will like I'll be able to do it from where I am. And also that is like, it makes you very unstable, looking like you don't know what you're doing. Because sometimes I've had people who called me and said, where are you? Are you in Lagos? I'm not in Lagos. Okay, let's meet. I saw the message you sent me. A few people who are not really from Cross River, no. I've not said it's only Cross Riverians I've tried to reach out, no. But I'm not on ground. Oh, okay. Let me know when you're on ground. I'll say, please, sir, I won't be on ground for this reason. Can we communicate it? Just let me know when you are back. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of challenges that comes with. That's what I'm like. I'm here today. I want to beg you guys if you're following me. Okay? And that is that, see, sometimes you might be seeing someone struggling. You don't want to wait for that person to drown first before you understand that this person needs this much assistance. Because I'm from Cross River, I know that as a Calabar man, to be able to break into that industry, it's going to take me 10,000 tons of effort than it will take an Igbo person or a Yoruba person. Do you understand? I remember once that here in Paris, Davido was around. I have this Yoruba friend who called me and said, oh, Davido is coming, and would you bring your crew here? I'm like, a crew? I don't have a crew here. I have people I work with, but I can't. These people you don't just call people out of. It's not Nigeria where people are always hand and ready. People work here. So I told him, oh, please, I don't have a crew. If you can set it, find a way to help me, please. Because the time you're telling me the video is coming tomorrow and you are telling me today, I can't make it up. And the guy said, I'm not serious. Of course, I'm serious, but I can't. And that has happened a lot of times. I remember Whiskey came even here. We went there. I couldn't make it up. I remember a lot. Burna Boy, even when the president came, I was invited. All of that, I couldn't meet up. I feel so bad, right? That why? Is it because I'm not serious, or is it because what exactly? But because I'm in the wrong environment. But I want this thing to work. I want this thing to work. And because I want it to work, I seriously need the help of people who understand that some things are not built alone. You need people to build that with. It's very difficult. So when I saw that video of Pella saying, oh, he doesn't know this, I understand. If I have been committed if I've been committed and also being able to have the opportunity to build what I've established in 2017 before most of these boys got online and started doing this thing, Pella wouldn't say he doesn't know me or what I do. He wouldn't say that because I would have been there before he came. Let alone Flyer Boy. Do you understand? I have seen boys who are coming up and I'm like, I want to, manage these boys, build this. Don Jazzy doesn't sing before he blows. He was just the man. That's what I do. So, for example, if I send you a message now, a DM, and say, okay, come work with us, come partners with, let's collaborate, let's do something. You don't know me and you wouldn't feel like, even if now so many people have come to me and I give them money and they run away. They don't even do what I ask them because there's nothing I can do, and I've done that severally. I don't post it because I see myself like, oh, I'm bigger than that money that I've given you. Someone comes to me and like, okay, we make an agreement. You're going to do this content for me, produce this and that. How much it costs? Say this amount. I say, okay, take half, do the content, bring it. Let's see as it's good. We'll pay your balance. And they take the money. I will do it. They just go. Are you sure if I was in Lagos and I'm making my movies, you take money from me and you won't come on set to shoot my movie and I'll let you go? I won't do that. And number two, the way the Igbos or the majority ethnic groups who have made it in Nigeria, the way they carry their peers, You just know that they just want you to win. So please, we from the Aqua Cross or Calabar, as we may call it, I don't think it's going to change today. Even if I become a big time movie producer, director, or the CEO mega Golden Page magazine, or I become one of the biggest entertainment entrepreneur in the world, is going to change anything that I'm from Cross River State. But the only thing to do for me is I would look beyond where I'm from, like I've always done. I don't care where you're from, I will work with you. Do you understand? But those people don't see that way. I remember first time in my life, the first guy I worked with, okay, he wasn't calling me by my name. Bro, he calls me Calabar man. I came to Europe, the same thing. Benin people will see me, know me by my name, will not call me by my name, call me a Calabar man. Everyone will just call you a Calabar man. What's that supposed to mean? They just taunt you with that. The same thing in entertainment. I told you the other day, the first day I met President Muhammad Buhari, he asked me where I'm from. I said I'm from Cross River, Calabar. See, that's why I'm shocked. President said that's why I'm shocked. We laughed about it. I talk of how many times President Goodluck Jonathan that I've met. I work under his administration briefly, you know, and the same thing. So a Calabar man is looked upon with a certain, very disgusting, if you look at it properly, eyes with people who taunt you. There was a time I met someone, and when they introduced me, he was like, "Are you sure he's from Calabar?" They told him yes. He said, Calabar people don't do this. They either be washing plates somewhere or cooking somewhere for people. What do you mean? What do you mean? So I'm not supposed to be here? Are you going to say that to people like Don Jazzy? So if I was to make it now and I'm a big man in the Nigerian standard, you now say because I'm Calabar man, why did I make it? Are you wishing that a Calabar person should not make it? Do we not have a state where we have our own constituencies and people? Or is it because Calabar people are just more reserved, more articulating, more like we are more civilized in a sense? Because that's how I see people from the Cross River area. I see them more civilized, they are more calm, articulated. But when you encounter some people, they just marginalize you outrightly. So it's no news that Pella taunts Cross River people. It's no news. I'm not talking about it because it's something, but because I am from Cross River State and I've suffered this thing in silence. And I know that until I'm able to break through before I can feel better about it, for now, I still tell you, we have a program going on where we partner with content creators, independent business people, entrepreneurs on Golden Page magazine. All right. The project is to, give a platform for people to be able to, you know, promote what they have to sell or what they are doing. If you are a content creator or if you're a writer, whatever, that's the platform for you. Do you understand? But many people, because we don't have heavy artillery to show off, they won't take you seriously. So if very average people like me don't take me serious, am I supposed to expect a Davido to take me serious if I want to feature a Davido? Are you supposed to have Whiskey feature on my magazine? Like if you go to see Forbes magazine, Forbes is sorry, I don't want to mention Forbes. You want to when Burna Boy featured on Rolling Stones, it's news everywhere, right? So these are the things we looked at. Even the average people should understand that. See, to support someone does not mean you have to look at where he's from to help give him a push. You see someone stranded on the road and it's like, oh, where are you from first? Why do you ask that if you want to help that person? Why do you have to ask that? I remember working with a certain woman, right, in the early years of my life. I wasn't good enough for what she wanted me to be. I begged her, instead of firing me, train me. She said no. I left. I was fired. I left. But if I was at least from her tribe, I'm sure she would have considered. Because there's this flow that comes with speaking a certain language with people. The minorities in Nigeria suffer this like immensely. I'm not going to talk of just because I'm from Cross River State, Calabar. There are other ones. There is people from the Middle Belt, people from the what is it called? When I talk of Efik and a Bibio, at least that language is a little bit even more popular in Nigeria. There are people from Bendel and the rest of them who don't speak the mainstream language that we know. So sometimes these things, see, if all of these entertainers start to say, okay, this is my state of origin, 90% of them, 90% of them are either Igbo, Igbo and Yoruba. The Hausa genre is there. I'm not crossing to that part. Because Hausa look to me like a foreign language or a foreign tribe in Nigeria. Those of us who are minorities, we suffer this if you want to be in the mainstream. That's why you see people from Cross River don't struggle to come to the mainstream. They are very contented people. They are living their life, even if they are eating grass, they are living their life like that. They don't come to the mainstream media or mainstream center to struggle with you so they can be like, be in Lagos and all of that. They don't struggle that much. And those who do, when they come because a Cross River person that is well established or well educated don't come to Lagos to come and hustle just lightly. They only come by appointment. Most of them comes by transfer. Some of them work in oil companies in Port Harcourt. The next thing you are transferred to Lagos. That's how you get to Lagos. Those ones that comes to Lagos to wash plates and do houseboy and all of those ones are just average people who also wants to better their lives. If not, it's very difficult for a Cross River man to say, I'm leaving Calabar to come to Lagos to come and hustle to be a star. You won't see that. Or I want to travel abroad to go and make it. Mostly hardly. Do you understand? The pride that we carry as Cross River people is not found in Nigeria. We are the foreign Nigerians in Nigeria. So that alone kept me where I've been. But at the same time, you cannot ignore your calling or what you want to do because of certain sentiments. But when you see people taunt you, try to, run you down because they think of you like you're nothing or they are better than you, then you speak up, just like you're doing now. If anyone tries to taunt me like, oh, a Calabar man, why do you want to become a this or that? Well, I'll look at you and say to you, well, it doesn't matter. That's what I want to do. I'm inviting this person because I've been talking alone. Let me see if this guy will come this month. So do you understand? I've told you once. I met someone in Switzerland one time, and I was going somewhere. So I was coming to my city then. And the man I met him in the hospital. And from the hospital, we started talking. Oh, you're from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. We started talking, and he asked me where I'm from in Nigeria. I said, oh, I'm from Cross River State. He just shouted, Calabar. I said, yes. What are you doing here? I'm like, what you mean? Same thing everywhere. If you go to the US, most time, and in the US, you don't get to get asked that because there's a lot of Cross River people or Aqua Cross, white woman, Cross River people in the US, Canada, and even in the UK here. But because of the ignorance of people who don't understand the culture of what a Cross River man is, when they see you on certain tables or a certain place, they mistalk to you, they misplace their wordings. They just speak to you as if they are surprised to see you here. You know, when you see someone that is supposed to be a slave, remember back in the day when slaves were existing? And then if you watch the Django, okay, a fellow black person saw the Django in his regalia as a free man, not sure if this man was to be free. And then they want to regard you as though, oh, since you are here, you know, since you managed to come here, what are you saying? So you guys should give some respect. If somebody, I don't bother though, it doesn't bother me. Do you understand? Because most times my pride precedes me. My pride is not because I'm proud, but because I so respect myself to the extent that I don't see you as you. I see you as me. So the respect I put across to myself, the respect is reciprocal. Respect I respect myself is what I respect you for. And because I respect you for that, I'm hoping that we don't have a conflict in terms of self-respect, so that you don't look at me and disrespect me, whether by words or by action. Most times I get disrespected, and when I get disrespected, all I do is I watch you carry your disrespect away. Because by the time I descend to disrespecting you, we are disrespecting each other. That doesn't prove a point for me. That's why oftentimes you see a Calabar person, instead of bounding wells with you or trying to banter with you, they keep it short for those who are civilized. For those who aren't, or for those who are educated. For those who aren't educated, they might fight and try to deal with it at whatever they deem fit at that point. But most times, I find it very disgusting when people looked at you and think that you're not supposed to be where they are seeing you. Like this place you are is unimaginable for a cross river person or a Calabar man. How did you conceive this idea? Only ordinary being abroad, people still act shocked to see you as a cross river person. Why? They say, cross river people, they don't like to travel. They don't like. Who told the fuck you that they don't like traveling? Go to the fucking US. They don't talk means they don't. I mean, if you don't know the statistic of cross river people who are outside, you ask. It's the same thing people say, oh, Hausa people don't travel. Because Hausa people don't come to Europe or come to places where you might be. You think they don't travel? You think so? Have you gone to the Arab nations? I've met tons of Hausa people in Malaysia. Malaysia that you know. I've met them in India, in Dubai. There are plenty. There are plenty. It's only when I venture into Europe that I don't see them. But the group of Nigerians I met in Europe just made me started thinking like, okay, so people don't even believe some things when you say them. For example, if you say something like you've been to a certain place, they just look at you like, how did you Calabar man, how? You did cap. So the best thing is keep quiet. That's not your crowd. So Pella is a small boy, number one. He got into the mainstream. You see that a lot of times he makes mistake before he being corrected. So why would I take such a boy seriously if he is the one that is pointing a finger at me? I would rather school you if you do not know. So I would want to say like MC Bakara and Flower Boys, don't get too carried off with this kind of thing. The reason why I decided to speak about it is because I have personally experienced this. As much as I want to be quiet, I want to also be able to be here to have visibility. All the classes have been, all the trainings have been over the period of 2024, 5, 2023, up till now, has been that if you want to do what you say you want to do, you have to be very visible. That's not what I want. But if you don't have the money to do what you want to do, you have to be visible. And I started coming here. I started coming here to be visible. Because yes, if you don't have the money to buy what you want to buy, If there's another alternative to get it, do it. I'm using the alternative. Hence, being here today is explaining this. Do you understand? So, like, I understand where a lot of people are coming from when there are certain things they can't catch up with. I understand. Some people might be limited because of education. Very well understood. We're not going to even talk about the financial part of it, because 99% of poor Nigerians who need money to be able to get started for whatever they want to do, can't start because of money. Do you understand? Because of money. Now, you're not from an established country or a well civilized, well economic country where they can boost your life or sustain your life even without so much. You're from Nigeria. Before you achieve anything, your sweat and blood must drop. These two things have to join. They must come together, sweat and blood. As far as you are from the poor masses that we are. So why will I exempt myself? Even if I have certain money, do I call myself a rich man? No, because there are things I want to do that because I don't have that money, I can't do. So will I lie to myself that I'm a rich man? No, I can afford certain things to be done for me and for my establishment, but I'm not a rich man. I am from the poor masses. If you really want to do this, Mr. Ernest, get in front of your camera. Look at me. Now, this is how the gadgets here. Okay? I'll show you guys. How many gadgets you see here? 3, if not 4. You get 3, if not 4. Look at them. 3, if not 4. Now, this I can afford, right? And if I can afford this, what about someone who can afford 1? Do you get? What about someone who can afford 1? Don't mind this other phone, because it's the one I use for like my other job. So I decided, you know what? For me to get an alternative route, I have to be here. And guys, to be fair and just, okay, I have a multimedia company. We have content lying down for you to create, to make a living out of. I can't be the one making those content, creating those content, because that's what my model is established on. Let me give you an example. There's a company in the US that I've always tried to model on. What they do is they have a platform. It's the same model I run. You have a platform. On this platform, I have a merchandise, which is content merchandise or content material. And I don't have a proper formula to be able to market this content. For you, it's not everybody that has to be. There's one mistake we Nigerians are making. And those who try to differentiate or to differ from that concept, they seem to misunderstand it. Not everybody has to be a content creator in front of the camera for the purpose of blowing. No. No, sorry. Not everybody have to be a content creator to create content and own a Facebook account or a social media account, YouTube, or what is it called it, TikTok, to be able to make it. You don't have to do that. That's what I see Nigerians do. You can create content, have a management, your content management company, where all you do is create a concept around your content. If this is your concept for your content, you can change it interchangeably. You create the content, you sign a contract with a management company such as Golden Page Media. You submit your content, have a contract, and your content goes into Golden Page Media Management. We are to promote that content. You make a commission, a percentage as agreed on the contract on that content you're making. This, depending on how many content you are able to submit, is just like acting as an actor. Are you telling me that every actor in Nigeria has to act in their own movie? So the concept in Nigeria content media creation is you have to create your own content or create people who are already in the social media space. That is collaboration. That is good. But tell me now, if there are 9 million or 10 million Nigerians wanting to be content creators, but have other things they want to do, but because they don't have money to pursue those things, content is the only thing they can do. All you need to do now is focus on content. That's what they tell you. You have to be on Facebook every day. Not everybody wants to be on Facebook or social media to do content, but they want to do content for a passive income until is able to sustain their life and they build a career around it. So alternative is you have a marketing company or a distribution company, such as Golden Page Media. If you're a model, you don't have to wait till a contract or what is it called? A deal comes from somewhere to come and model for something. You start with a marketing company or a management company that will outsource companies that want to, use you as a model for what they do. In Nigeria, we don't have most of those companies. Everybody is greedy and selfish. So if I send you a deal now and said, okay, we don't really have much, come do this within a period of this time. This is how much we can afford to pay you. But if you're consistent and your content is good enough, we'll make traction and we'll make good money. You start looking at this that it is only you that is going to be bringing money. Just imagine what Pele was telling Kata Ife that the reason why MC Bakara is using the girl is because he's making money from the girl on Facebook. What if he is making money with the girl? And the same thing goes to music. In music, when someone signs a contract, with a music record label, sometimes he earns 15%, sometimes 20% off of the 100% tops. The management of that record label will have to deal with all the costs. And then immediately that happens, the man is just waiting for his contract to finish because now he has gotten his career started. How do you encourage other record labels to sign more artists? And more artists want to do independently. Do you think that's how Rock Nation that signs Arasta today does music? Do you think Rock Nation is only Jay-Z? Like, I'm even moving away from what I was saying before. We are selfish in Nigeria to the extent that if it is even detrimental to our own growth. So I decided to pick a camera, I have the camera, I have the gadget, sit in front of it and do some of this content or this marketing promotion for myself, by myself. Because immediately you hit up a Nigerian person and say, let's do this. The first thing first is from 0 to 100 money. I've traveled, I've studied. It doesn't work that way. There are places where deals are signed 3 months, 6 months, you have not received 1 naira. But you're working. They'll provide you with basics. A house to live, that is if you're a record label, a house to live, a car to drive in. You have not received 1 naira, clothing, they take you shopping. They might be buying all those things on credit until your work start paying. Nobody really wants to invest on an empty expectation or something that is, even if they see that you have the talent, it's the same thing my management provides. Yeah, not like you want to take your career from where it is to where you want to go. Then when you're on that road, you can decide how you want it. Would Nigerians do that? No. But most times, this is my model now, as I'm telling you before. How do I market it if I don't have collaborators who are from mainstream media. I remember last year we wanted to release Golden Page, Not a Broken Country magazine. We worked so hard as a team. We had features. I was looking for a star face to star on the magazine for Not a Broken Country. I reached out to a few celebrities. This one said 10 million, the other one said 15 million, the other one said $25,000, and the other one. And because we are supposed to come to Paris and shoot the cover, I'm supposed to pay your transport, pay your visa processing, your ticket, all of this go together. I'm looking at 100 million naira. Where do I have it from? I get that kind of 100 million. I never start waiting and they do since. I begin bet. They don't go listing. This is my concept. You're going to be taking your royalties from this project in the next 100 years. No, I don't want to do. That's why they say Nigeria's actors are dying poor. Why won't they die poor? They are waiting for government to come and fix a contract where you can be collecting royalty under constitution. So the government have to make constitutions for you to do it. Why do you go and sign healthcare private? Why do you have private healthcare? Private doctors to see? Because you have to look out for yourself. There are companies you can go today as a content creator or whatever you do, and they give you a contract. Do this much, you take this much, we take this much. Agreed, fine. Nigerians don't want that. They want express money. Express money. That's what they want. I've deviated from the topic I was talking about as a Calabar man. But as a Calabar man, I've suffered this. I remember that day, I was chatting with someone who told me he was going to hook me up with a guy that was in Napoli that knows Victor Osimhen. And I was supposed to go to Napoli to meet the guy. And the guy said, okay, since Victor Osimhen is no longer in Napoli, but he's going to come to Italy. Is it Italy? So is it UK, London? That if I'll be able to make it to London, so we can meet Victor Osimhen. I said, okay, when will this thing be? He said, I'm going to pay his flight to go, accommodation and everything. Now, let me tell you, I don't have a problem with that. I told the guy, I can't travel now. So what I do is completely digital. I will speak to Victor Osimhen on our voice on Instagram live chats, okay, for the interview. Then if he agrees, wherever he is, we can do the cover shoot for his interview there. So because the guy now see that I'm not going to be paying him as much as if I was to pay his, fly to London to go and just flex, body, because that's what they do, Nigerians, chop other people money. It was like, okay, you think about it. The guy no reply me again. Whether I know Osimhen, whether I know, I don't really know. But I wasn't speaking Yoruba. So I wouldn't expect him to go all the way to helping me, in spite of all I said. So all of these challenges are faced. A day will come where if eventually I break it through and my company is in the forefront doing things that we want to do, it will be difficult for people to understand my journey. Do you understand? So I hate it when people misunderstand the struggle of some people. You think I want to be a mediocre on the entertainment space? You think I like it to do that? Or I don't know what I want to do? Of course I do. But you don't know the struggle behind that as a Calabar man for the first place. Do you understand? There was last 2 years or 3 years ago. No, this was in 2020. Was it 2022 or so? Before our former governor left office. Our former governor, Bernadette, was in Paris. Him and Obi Franklin. So I messaged Obi Franklin and said, please, so I want to, meet up with you and the governor, that I'm from Cross River. Also, guy not reply. Till today, sir, I haven't checked whether I see. Yeah, it'd be like I will send that message after a while. Because at the time, I just decided to forget about all these people. Obi Franklin. Okay, it's on this phone I'm using. I will check later. So everyone would like you. Everyone expecting that I have to make the money before I put the money so that I'll become a like. No, most of us are from the trenches. It's very difficult for us to show off like that. Do you understand? It's very difficult, especially from the minority group in Nigeria. It's very difficult. You don't get people where one reason say you really yourself suppose get, why will it end? Why? Why? Inactivity how? Now they try for this TikTok something. I dey do live video. TikTok they won't shut down my video, say they have detected inactivity. So you dey talk. Okay, show me box. I'm supposed to do something. Okay. Huh? I'm sorry, guys. So, in all, in all essence, is in 2025. Those of us who really want to be in the media space, I'm not talking of social media space. If I have that there are things I look forward to achieving being on social media. Of course, I agree. One of them is social media is a place good enough for you to market whatever you have to market, such as I'm doing here. Golden Page magazine has come to stay. It's been 8 years. We have not done anything, just like a company that is not been doing anything. But we've been doing a lot on the ground. If you check, if you go to our website, you see that we've been there a long time. Facebook here, we've been here a long time. But because I haven't had the the bulk capital to inject into it, I honestly have not been able to attain the level it's supposed to attain. Do you understand? But now we're taking a different approach, which is why I decided I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to be here facing you, who is supposed to be my partner. View me. I partner with you. Promote what you do as well. Because everybody is trying to close the gap between where they are, where they want to go. So much you can do or benefit from just partnering with a media company such as mine. We can manage your craft, we can manage your materials, your content. We can also partner with you if you're a model, if you're an actor, if you are a writer. All of this we can do. Do you understand? When I open our community social WhatsApp group, everybody that is coming is just coming. I need 100,000, I need 10,000, I need 20,000. I'm not doing giveaway. If I want to do a giveaway, I've done giveaway, but I'm not doing giveaway. You will read what we have there. You still just jump it. You didn't even read it. You just jumped it. Straightforward to ask for money. You're not coming with anything. You're like, if I was walking in the street of Lagos and I'm like, what can you do? Can you sing? Can you dance? Can you act? Can you do skit? Can you do this? You said no. Just dash me money. If I was doing charity, it's different. You already saw that this is not what this is about. Our community is about partnership, collaboration. And then you came to our partnership, to our community, and what you came with was, I should give you money. I've given people money, but now it's strictly partnership. Do you understand? Golden Page magazine is a partnership. Golden Page Media Production is a partnership. Our publication is a partnership. Do you understand? Partnership is between you and our company. If you are a model, we can promote you. Do you understand? That's a partnership. If you're winning money, if you're making money, we take a cut from what you're making. Very simple. But you just come to our platform and the first thing you're doing is, I need 100,000 naira loan. I need 50,000 naira loan. I need 150. Oh, my child is dying. Oh, my this is dying. Is it wrong that I added my our WhatsApp group there, community on our business page? It's not wrong, because we are looking for these are things I haven't been able to do because I didn't want to do all of this. I just wanted to do my business. You don't have to see me. I don't have to see you. Even if I see you, it should be strictly business. If I'm doing charity at the side, it should be on the side, not on my business. You don't do that. Besides, I'm from the minority. I'm struggling so hard. If you don't know, struggling damn hard. I mean, Calabar struggling hard to be among the mainstream media companies in Nigeria. Do you think I cannot produce a movie better than what Mo Abdu is doing? Or what Funke Akindele is doing? Or I can't produce a movie better than what AY is doing? See one of my scripts 2 years ago, even when I went to TF1 here in France, when they saw my movie, you know, my scripts, I don't have the resources to push it. I have a friend in the US that was once told me, okay, with this script, not once, so not twice, with this is what you should do. Go to the ministry of this and that and that. I'm like, bro, those things don't work in Nigeria. I've sent a bunch of it to the US. I have this friend who told me I met him on YouTube, who told me he was going to take my script to a certain agent, and he went there. But you know, like, until Grace find you, that Grace never find me. I'm not even talking of my book, other things like that. So like, insulting someone of my type, it's more like it creates more pain because you don't know the struggle, man. Wanting to do something so bad and not being able to do it is hard. And I understand a lot of you out there go through this, wanting to start a business, seeing people starting the same idea of business you have and not being able to start it, and they start growing and they will tell you, oh, start from anywhere. It's not everything you start from anywhere. Not everything. There's some business model that you can't start from anywhere. Get it right. There's some things that you must, if you are supposed to cook a certain soup, it's not gari where you can just drink gari without salt, sugar, or whatever you want to use, that you can just drink gari like that. You can drink gari like that. But can you just squeeze bitter leaf and just put it inside pots without salt, without anything, and say, okay, just eat it like that as soup? Can you do that? There are certain things that you want to do requires proper planning, you know, and certain elements of, you know, funding. Even if as little as 100K, some people lack 100K to start that business. They are waiting. And you bring an opportunity to them, they will miss it because that 100K is what they put in front of them. But this is what I'm planning to do. If you come to my community, Golden Page community, okay, you're begging for money. Instead of me giving you that money, I show you what to do to earn that money. And then it will be left for you to do it or not do it. It's not more than content. Nothing more than that. I'm not going to say go and do something crazy. No. This is the era of content production. So you do production, you do content. If you're a script writer, write a script. Let's see what it is. If you write a script, we see it's good. You can be writing a script for a comedy club. For me, I pass it to the comedy club, and the comedy club do the script, act out the script. If you are a director, you come. If you are a camera person, you can handle camera. There are people who are doing skits, right? That you go and handle the skit for them and the camera for them. We pay you for that. This is partnership, not just come to beg money. So this is not the reason why. I don't know why I got to this point for what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to say, like, it is very ignorant to insult people based on their ethnic group because you don't know their struggle. It will be very, very bad. Just imagine someone say, all Igbo people are ritualists. Would that be a civilized thing to say? All Igbo people are ritualists. Just like people outside Nigerian things, all Nigerians are fraudsters. Does that even make sense? I think all Nigerians are fraudsters. So when I see someone trying to like attribute a small speck of something into a tribe, since Nigeria is a solely tribalistic country where everything is based on tribe or ethnic group where you come from, it's very sad to see that even civilized people toe that line. They use it as sentiment. Do you understand? Because yes, when I watch Flower Boy's reportage or post where he said about what Cross River people do or what Calabar people do, it's sad to understand. But at the same time, yes, we wearing Calabar people are not people who are you know who have this braggadocious kind of lifestyle. No, so they are limited to that life where it's like you tell a French person to do certain X, Y, Z. They look at you like, are you kidding me, bro? They don't do it. Why? Because that's not their culture. That's not their background. It's weird for them. So most times when a cross-variant person see you trying to push beyond passive to go into the mainstream, first thing first is, why are you doing all of that? Are you crazy? I remember the first time when Flower Boy said, those of you who know Flower Boy, said, watch a video of how Bella said something and he was, just blowing hot because of what cross-variant or his experience as a cross-variant man. And he said people call him a ritualist because he's made it. If I make money, I don't know how much Flower Boy is worth. If I have the kind of money Flower Boy has, I probably will not be alive even wherever I am because of the people that I know to have come from where I come from. Mostly because they can't explain. You see, in Europe, where my experience in Europe is that there's no flamboyant lifestyle easily your face because everybody take public bus, public train, public tram. It's not easy for you to come from upstairs where you live in a building and see one guy with 3 GLK packed. You can't see that easily. Do you understand? You can't just share a apartment building like we share in Lagos with one person with Maseratis, with GLK, with Benz, with all these exotic cars. You can't see those. So everybody limits their expectation around a basic standard life. That's how cross-variant people are. They limit their expectation of life to very basic things in life. A very good accommodation. When you build a very nice house, it's okay, moderate, fine. If you have 10 of those, it's okay. But when you start living a flashy lifestyle, first thing they think is, this one won't go join them. No wonder he left Calabar to go and join them in Lagos. He's now doing rituals. For some reasons, our people have started believing that rituals really exist. The very first time I traveled out of the country and came back, I heard certain things from people I should not be hearing those kind of things from. I'm like, seriously? My grandma just died, and you think my grandma gave me witchcraft to make money? How? So my grandma died, and you thought all you can say is, no wonder. I never blow, but this were what we're saying. What if I blew? The person I was saying that, just imagine if I had blown. So I imagine how our people are. I take that. They can reduce what they are or what they do just to a very bare minimum, just average. It's fine. It's not like we don't have people who want to push beyond, but for you to push beyond, you have to leave that circle of being as a cross-border person. But it's at the same time, it's like we Nigerians. You cannot hear a foreign person calling Nigerians out in any which way, and you keep quiet about it. You almost say something because you can't watch someone insult Nigeria. So the same thing. If not, I won't be here talking about how painful it is to hear that a Nigerian person is telling you who is a Calabar man. Calabar does not exist. We don't know anybody from there. This and that. Must people come from there and be celebrities before you know people like that exist? You do not need to know that people from there are celebrities before you say, okay, oh, they exist. You just know that there is a tribe called Edoma, there's a tribe called Calabar, there's a tribe called Itong, there's a tribe called, what do they call them? Ilaje, there's a tribe called in Benue State. There's so many tribes. You just need to know as a Nigerian. So they don't have to be extremely loud or sort of braggadocio the way you want expect it, or everybody must not be like have money like Obi Kubana or like what's his name, Kubana Chief Priest or Davido or Wizkid before you know that okay, this person is a Nigerian person. Have respect for people even if they have no money. Do you understand? And we're all good. I'm going to post a video actually for a call to action on Golden Page Magazine and media management. Okay? And that call to action would be more like an advert, and you see it on your screen. I'm sure if you follow Golden Page Magazine, you see that. Hey, Mike. Is it not Mike Makolo? I know this guy. Mike. Yeah, I want to invite you. Mike, you know me now. Yeah, I work with Media Insider here, right? It's the same thing. Like I always come here, talk. People join me here. Nobody will even type to say, I see you, or well done, bro, or what you're doing, or even if it's a like, you come here, you listen to what I say. You don't even say, okay, encourage this guy to say, I saw what you're doing. Wow. That's why I always tell people, I can't do this. I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience for it because I'm more built with, I'm more built on, I'm more built on relationship, interaction. So yeah, my rant about the Calabar thing is over. So I'm watching Sheibody's birthday yesterday. I was telling somebody I am an archive of Abuja. I'm an archive of Abuja. If I tell you a lot of things about Abuja, because I know a lot of people from a way back, from Jerry of NSPD to Sheivodi to Erufai to many people. I swear. So when I see these people, I'm like, God, why? When Sheivodi's shop was somewhere around Gariki 2, who would have said in 2005 or 6 that Sheivodi would be here today, almost 20 years later? That time, you know, I know his shop back then. Man spent more than, you know, a, one half a billion for a birthday party. Half a billion, almost 500 million. When I did call 500 million, this man would have spent a billion naira, $1 million. to put this show up because I know in America. Okay, yeah. Something I wanted to talk about. So it's about when people make money in Nigeria and people are easily, attributing that money or wealth to rituals. And okay, yes, I know where this concept, this thought came from. It came from I saw an interview of Charles Okafor. Charles Okafor, that an actor, a veteran actor, a career actor, according to how he addressed himself. So Charles Okafor has been on the screen for a very long time. In fact, because of that interview, I have to go back to watch his movies. That back in 05, 06, those days, 2000s, as children, we used to watch those movies and didn't take much of those movies. So people say that why is it easy for Nigerians to quickly attribute wealth to rituals? And people others say it's cultural, some say it's because no, it's not. Let me tell you one thing. You see, a lot of us don't know what wealth is until you started seeing things on TV. And then comes social media. And on social media, you can see wealth, crazy wealth. And the first thing that will come to your mind is, how can this person alone make this money? It's just like Shehu Ivudi now. A lot of people will say, oh no, he's either into money laundering. People have tried to attribute his wealth to crime, something not legitimate. It is easy for someone to make $5 or $10 million. It's very easy. But it's not easy that you can make it just in a speckle of just a hand or a hand crest. No. But there are people that have made those money. So that's why if you are in the US, $250,000 is basic for people who understand how money come about. And in the same US, it's basic for someone to be collecting $2,500 a month as salary and work a year to earn something around $40,000. Understand? So when people in Nigeria who have not seen wealth in its flamboyant nature begin to see Nigerians flaunting wealth, that if you accumulate all their wealth, it won't be up to $2 million. They are simply confused how this person makes money. Okay. I once told somebody that if I write a script now, since this is my journal, I'm a writer, a media marketing manager, and also I have my own marketing company, media marketing company also. And eventually I learned someone like Genevieve Inaji to manage her, okay? And we started, sourcing for productions, companies, studios that are about to produce, and we learned a role for her to act in a movie in US value. She's to be paid $4 million, and I'm taking 25% of $4 million. So I'm taking around $400,000. And she's not the only one on my portfolio. And eventually I have Darrell, another Nigerian content creator. And I have a gig for Darrell for like $1 million to do an advert. And I take $200,000 from that. Sorry, initially $800,000 from the other deal, $200,000 from another deal for Darrell and in Genevieve Inaji. And I make $1 million this month. And the contract is for Darrell to make this commercial for this month throughout the year, maybe as an ambassador. And I keep signing contracts with other companies, different levels, with the same artist. under my my management. So I'm making $10 million in a year, give or take. Translate to Nigeria, I'll be very wealthy, right? Now let's assume I make that all through my struggle to succeed, just one act, one major act to sign under my management company. For years, 10 years, maybe I've not seen one. Struggling. Eventually, I got 2 people, stars, to sign. I convinced them, maybe a sport management, and I'm making $10 million just out of nothing. You forget that I've put in 10 years. Out of nowhere, I made $10 million, right? And it translates to Nigeria. I come to Nigeria and I buy a house for $750,000 in Lekki, what do they call that, Banana Island, and I buy another house in Ikoyi, and then I spend like $2 million in Nigeria, in Lagos. Go to Abuja, I spend like $3.5 million in Abuja. Go to my hometown, spend like $1 million in my hometown, buy some fleet of cars. Within this $10 million, I've spent this much. And then from nowhere, someone in my family dies. From nowhere, without knowing what happened. Nigeria will start coming for you. That you have made rituals. Forgetting that Ernest have been out here hustling. Never see $1,000. God just come connect them, make that money. Forget, say, this guy done the hustle since. You begin talk, say, na rituals. I remember when they talk, say, P-Square, then do rituals. You dey see P-Square case for EFCC, where Jude is accused of $1 million like nothing. It's even small money. Do you know how much those guys rake in during their time? Because Nigerians translate money wrongly. We just see money like it's too much. So if someone has certain assets, then he has done something wrong. That's the mindset. Even as I dey here, I dey fear, say, when I go blow, make people no come attack me because I don't too suffer, bro. Make I no come make my money. You can't come from nowhere. I can't go blocks, go come post me. News go come they carry you, say, when they question the guy wealth. Dude, I know so I ignore him, but get sense. There are people, I'm not talking for government affiliates. There are people that are hustling, just like the guy you watch on TikTok. I was on NBC, is it NBC, MTV Base Award last few months, last month or so. Nigerian guy, he has done the hustle since. You get, or let me assume that Tyler Perry eventually respond after how many emails why I don't send. Oh, you're from Nigeria? Yes, sir. Okay, I saw your script. It's pretty good. Okay, where are you now? Okay, so this is where I am. Okay, I'm sending my agent. Let's talk, or let's do this. Before you know, I don't get deal, and before you know, small money they come. You know, say $250,000, not be small money for Nigeria. I don't make close to 400 million naira. I can't go buy a small house, buy 2 cars, because I need give my mom, give my, do 1 or 2. Before you know, you say, fine. No, not be everybody they make rituals. Like, internet is here now, guys. Those people making money on Facebook, are they making naira? They're making dollars. That's why you see them making that much money. See, Nigerians need to move our mentality from where it is, so that we fit understand the concept of globalization. So that if person make money after all the suffering, I don't talk say people no day where they try do conny make money. You yourself fit do them. For don't do them because I don't too suffer. Yeah, don't too suffer. I need to do, if not to do conny make money, I don't too suffer. But some things be say will not fit to just the. I have this so much integrity that I just want to establish on that, because I don't want tomorrow I be looking at things and I'll be ashamed. My partners, my collaborators in the future that I don't know yet will start feeling ashamed to be associated with my business. Those things I don't want. So, but you need to know that people are making money here. I met a lady, you know, and she told me how much she's making in a month. Let me use Kai Tannen, for instance, or let me even use Sydney Tucker or Nasbo or Kataife or Nasty Black. From 2018, 19, when those boys they do content, they come. If they tell us say those boys blow rich like this, now for not even support them. I know most Nigerians no go support them. If they tell us say whiskey go blow rich like this, now for not even support them. Because it's like Nigerians most times are scared of people being rich. Or we don't just like rich people. Apart from our government to where they thief our money. But on social media space, they see how people they hate on people because they are doing well. Do you understand? So when people say, when I saw that interview with Charles Okafor, where they were saying, oh, the reason why ritual is so predominant in Nigeria now, young people, they caught 13-year-old with ritualist materials, some kidnapping, all these things going on because people want to make money. It's because of the mindset and mentality of we Nigerians. You see somebody buy a Benz, whether I do Yahoo make the money or I do this thing. Now even the Yahoo people say that they use Juju do. Like there are things that are just so impossible for Nigerians to believe that this thing is genuine. People are making real money. I don't know how I'm going to say this. There are a few people I have met that also have that school of thought that these social media boys that are making money, they put hands for something. Where? So Sydney Tucker and Juju take make money. When that boy they dance naked almost, they tie towel, now they laugh. You know, say that money now they build for her. Do you understand? You need to understand that. Remove yourself. If you want to share in this wealth that is generic, anybody can make it. Find a way that it works. But sometimes I understand what I was telling you. Understand what I was telling you before. Not be say you must, because this thing is threatening. When Facebook announced that Nigeria was going to be added to as country eligible for monetization, half of all the Facebook users in Nigeria moved to want to make money from Facebook. I agree, I understand. This is the same thing. This thing have crippled Nigerians many ways. It has we have made a bunch of mistakes from opportunities such as this. If YouTube was to be licensed, for you to be able to have YouTube to make money there, you need to have a license. You need to go through a rigorous process. Just like Nigeria, to be a full-time producer, you must join Producer Association of Nigeria, join the Directors Association of Nigeria. If say this key thing was regulated, you must join, go through a process. Do you think everybody will be able to do it? Because we hate processes. Some want to bribe. So immediately Facebook announces they were going to monetize Nigeria, everybody trooping, ignoring certain things that standard guidelines. Nobody now. Some people within the Facebook community have taken coaching people to be on Facebook as a content, which I understand. But you need to know that not everybody have to own a page to make money from YouTube or Facebook. Not everybody. You even saturate it too much because there's no process. No one is trying to at least making an attempt to regulate things. See, even when I was talking to my team in Nigeria, that this is what Golden Page Media Management is about. We manage content, professional. Even if you're not a professional content creator, we'll help you make a profession out of what you create. It doesn't necessarily mean there are some actors that tomorrow they don't have Facebook, they don't have Instagram, they don't have Twitter. They are making tons of millions of dollars. You don't have to own a Facebook page to make money as a content creator. Because with that, you have to be the one managing it. If you don't have money to pay someone to manage it, you have to be editing your videos by yourself. How do you achieve this? It doesn't work in a day. When you can channel your talent to a management that can help you just develop, help you, all you just need to do is shoot the content, give it to your management. They edit the content. Within a contract that is for 2 years, you do this for 2 years, they brand you. So even if you want to have a page after then, the company probably will have made money from that, or in future, the videos, the content you have created between that 2 years contract will be making them money. So whatever they have spent on you, they can recoup it. You can now move into having your own page. By that time, you have a full branded profile and you start well. Meanwhile, because you don't know what to do, you started a Facebook page, do it for 1 year, you get monetized, you don't know how to make money off of it, you just keep doing what is not recommendable, and before you know it, 1 year is gone. When you should have given that 1 year to a company that will manage your skills and your talent, and you make something out of it better than if you have wasted it. Though it's not waste, it's also learning process. But I'm saying you can also do both. Because that period where you are doing that 1 year, that you have a contract with the company that is managing your content, as you are learning, doing whatever you're doing, by the time you decide to not sign another contract, renew your contract, you can move into your own page and set up and immediately get monetized, because by this time you have learned everything you need to learn and you start making money. The way I take a switch from topic, I don't understand. Is it like I'm learning how to communicate? I was also talking about how Nigerians view you when you have money. They quickly think you make money from rituals. And then I moved to this one. Why am I'm not here, not there. I see why I know they get followers. Somebody say, am I shouting, sir? Tell me if I'm shouting, bro. Are you feeling my flow? Huh? Guys, if you're with me, say you are with me, bro. Nothing do, you just tap on the screen. Okay? I don't tap on my screen. The thing don't carry me go the other side. Though. Yeah? How do I return it now? Okay. So to make money is something that's bridging the gap. I have this episode that I called HBO Special, Bridging the Gap, where I speak about how to bridge the gap of poverty. Because I am a definition of poverty because I was born in it, I live and was bred in it. The grace of God is a different story now, but it does not mean I am not poor. When I say poverty in a sense is because I know we're so familiar with flamboyant lifestyle in Nigeria, so it is easy for people to just quickly think, unless you are flaunting wealth on social media, you know, get what you did, or you have a luxurious home to live in. We have different contexts in the interpretation of wealth and poverty. So in either way, I belong to that category. So I'm very interested in talking to people in the same, queue, such as me. We're in the queue of bridging the gap between where we are coming from and where we want to go. I'm interested in those. So if you look at it, it's like sometimes when you are talking to people, you said you want people who have made money to talk to you about how to make money. Let me tell you this for free. When I was serving, I can always repeat this story. I met Tony Elumelu among other top Nigerian uh, billionaires entrepreneurs. I picked to speak to Tony Elumelu because of the program we're doing. They'll give you a certain amount of time to speak to him. And you ask 5 questions. If he's happy, he can tell you, do you have more questions? You say yes. He asked me at least one. So he make it 6 questions. And he will answer you. So I met Tony Lumino. There are things he told me in confidence of that meeting, not in confidence of that meeting. One of the things relatively is that people who have made money cannot tell you how they make money. No. All the books you have read about how to make money, it's not because the person wants to tell you how to make money. It's because the person was making money telling you how to make money. Do you understand that? So the only person who can teach you how to make money is someone who wants to make money. So if I'm telling you that I can teach you how to bridge the gap between poverty and wealth, it's because I want to bridge that gap too. You think if I have wealth, I will now come back from my wealth instead of enjoying myself in somewhere in the other Maldives or anywhere in Dubai, Burj Khalifa, or somewhere in New York or LA to enjoy my money. I'll now put a camera in front of me to teach you, spend 3 hours on a seminar, or they call it a webinar, to teach you how to make money. Are you serious? So that's why I tell people, I am the best person to teach you how to bridge the gap. Because why? That's where I'm going. By doing so, I'm making money off of you, and you are learning how to make money off of me. We both use each other to make it. The guy that is coming to teach you that you're buying a ticket or registering for his webinar to make money from, that guy is also making money off of you. He's not teaching you how to make money. So don't even waste your time to go there to learn how. Unless if he is good enough to honestly tell you why he is doing what he's doing. So I see people like 10 ways to make money. I've made money. I'm doing this as a way of giving back. They're lying. All right? They're lying. Why now? This thing happened the other day. My video just went off. So I'm doing this HBO special, bridging the gap or closing the gap between where you are and where you're going. It's on Golden Page exclusive special. If you subscribe to Golden Page, you will see it. And we're coming up with different strategies on how to carry people along in my community, Golden Page community. Why? Because I feel like it is only among my peers or among my class that I can grow. Looking forward to people who are wealthy to help you is good, though some of them can just bless you, but it doesn't pay off for a lot of reasons. If someone gives you a giveaway of 10 million naira today, it's only this much he can do for you. And that person cannot give 100 people 10 million naira. But there are certain informations that, if properly digested, properly, implemented, 1,000 people can be lifted out of poverty with one information, if properly defined and implemented. That's what I try to want to do. That's what I'm creating in my community. So that wealth, sometimes breaching that gap, sometimes doesn't start with millions. Start with just small money. Being on the direction to making it and breaking through and closing the gap from where you are to where you want to go, it will take time. And with time comes with responsibility. And with responsibility comes with cost. And with that, but you have to be on the path first. Sometimes you can be on the wrong one. Do you understand? So that's what I want to do as well. So when I created this platform, I know that this is what I want to do, but then it's chunked into different, fragments. So I'm trying to collectively collect this fragment to make sense out of it. Meanwhile, if you're following me here, just go to our WhatsApp here on our Facebook page, right? Connect to us on WhatsApp, and we'll further continue a conversation there. That is if you're trying to close the gap between where you are and where you want to go. Have a clear understanding of what you want to do. Don't come to our platform and start explaining so much. Direct to the point, and then we'll pick it up from there. You understand? Don't come asking for money. The only money you receive would be money for a contract between you and Golden Page Media Management. Without that, without you have something you are bringing on board. Everybody has something, no matter who you are. That's why I like myself. I'm open to ideas. Like, I know anybody, if I see you today, whoever you are, in today's work, let's say 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been possible. But in today, everybody is an asset. Because I'm in media management, I can turn into a content, make money off of it. You make money off of what I do. Do you understand? Or what I do with what you do, what you are. Do you understand? So it's a win-win game. I remember, like, there are many things I prefer to do. I was talking to my friend, like, okay, I'm setting up a podcast. It's a podcast we don't fool Nigeria. Say, that one save day. So why don't you do something that will benefit, average people and still make money off it? I said, like, what do you think? I said, I have that also. Say, prefer just focus on that. Forget a big podcast. You can do podcast anytime. Podcast that you only go and be selecting people to come on podcast. So sometimes, most of these things, it doesn't really matter. Average people are the best people to help. See, I say, as content being marketed for Nigeria, now everybody now, they do content. The problem now is, many people can do good in content, but they don't have a proper formula. Do you understand? Including me, I've struggled. When I understood what I need to do, I stopped. I rechannel my energy. Do you understand? I rechannel my energy. The best way I want to do is what I want to do it. I work with you. Create content. We market your content. We manage your content. You make money. If your contract expires, you go your way, I go my way. If you have royalty agreement with you, you wait for your royalties, you collect your royalties. Just stick to the contract. That's all. Just the way music works. You come to my record label, assign you this much contracts, this long. Within 2 years, if you are able to drop 2 albums as we agree, you leave. If within 2 years you have not finished 2 albums and you leave, I can take you to court, press charges against you, and you pay me damages. Do you understand? But if the contract was that it is when you produce a content or you sing a song, we do this or that. If we do not engage any money involvement or something, it was just like work and divide. You can leave anytime. Anytime you feel like you can't work with a company, you leave. Do you understand? There were times when I talked about promoting. I have my friend who lives in Italy. He's coming to Nigeria to set up a football academy so he can be exporting footballers, finding football teams for people in Europe and all of that. Very brilliant idea. He started with one guy. The guy was working with the guy to get his visas. Immediately, this guy lands Europe. They begin tell him, say, now rip that guy won't rip him up. You don't know say this thing involve money where you don't agree since. You don't reach here now. Now you come to say now where you don't reach here now. I don't need to follow through now and let's renegotiate. And they tell me this and that. Do you see how Nigerians are? That's what is it makes a lot of investors don't even want to push into average people because they don't understand the business side of what these things are. People who already do the business, it's just be like now, anybody managing Osimhen, one can tell Osimhen as the team they go. They already know how football they go. See, Mikel B tried to manage Osimhen. If he manage Osimhen. Mikel Obi no fit manage Osimhen. He try, he no fit. Because Osimhen know as they go. Mikel Obi know as they go. You understand? One person need to be on the path of learning how it is for the business to work. Until then, when you now learn it, you can now rebargain. Because you see, I know what you know. You not feel let on to do business. That kind of business is hard. Where the day easy is, if I'm buying from you and I'm selling, it's simple. You know what I do, I know what you do. We both strike a bargain, we buy and we sell. But in terms of marketing and managing talent and skill, even if it's product, it's different. Even if you know as they go, you have to mellow, you have to bring yourself to the level of understanding that this person is taking a stake in your life. So if you come to me today and you say you are a content creator, I say do one shot, do a video for 5 minutes, send it to me, let me see at least, do this, do this, do this, you do it, and I tell you this is not good. The next thing is you disappear. You don't really get fed up with your critic, with the one single critic who I sent to you. You don't already get fed up with one recommendation where I make. How can we even work together? And I now say, come and shoot a video, a full-length video for me. When you never even fit take one small directive from me. It's very difficult for we Nigerians, for real, man. That's why if you see somebody make money, I remember the other day when they were bashing um that band boy bought a car. You see, very recently now, Shay Davido no buy another car. You won't go tell him I won't spend the money. You know when the Davido start to the grind. Shay, you know how many people day down because of Davido will give up their own career until Davido blows stable before he can push their own life where they won't go. Because not be at the same time. There are people in Davido's crew that could, let me say, Asa Asika, for instance. What do you think that guy would have been? He has a media, a publishing company. That man, Asa Asika. He has a publishing company. Has he left the video to go and do publishing? But is the video signing contract and making money from his management? Bam, yes, they are making money together. This is people who understand business. Bring two Nigerians who are ignorant. Immediately they don't know AYZ. They won't go. They won't come out. Now you are ripping them off. Now they see. Now they are this. Now all the thing you're doing is from their money. But I still want to do it. Because I know, as I did now, I understand the business. Okay? I'm not saying I want to manage you and say I will be looking for roles for you. No, it's strictly content. Strictly content. I'm not saying come, I'll go out and look for a movie role for you to go and act and I collect the commission if you know. You make a content, we manage your content for you. We publish for you. I'm not going to be doing hardcover management. It's digital. Hardcover management. I'm not going to be the one to be, scouting for roles for you. There you go. That thing said, no, they exist for Nigeria again. I think it was back in the day where people used to scout for roles. They used to set auditions. You go to auditions to audition before you get a role. They don't do that anymore. I don't think so. Everybody now, if they don't feature you for a movie, you go do your own YouTube video. A day will come that YouTube also would change into a different kind of, platform, just like Netflix. It will not be free again. That time I will understand, say this thing has, but YouTube will never do it because the money they make from making YouTube a free platform is more than if it was premium or classic. So I understand that. So let me take this time now to say this. If you're a content creator or you want to be content creator, I'd like you to go to Golden Page Magazine Facebook and contact us from the WhatsApp. Have on our WhatsApp community, contact us. If you're a model, whether man or woman, male or female, young or old, don't be too old, you're looking for a platform to promote your talent, reach us through WhatsApp. Contact Golden Page Community WhatsApp. If you're a director, a scriptwriter, or a writer, or whatever you do that is creative, content creating majorly, just contact us on Golden Page Magazine. Go there, there's a WhatsApp, just contact us on that WhatsApp. And we'll start a conversation from there. Golden Page Media Management is different from Golden Page Magazine. Okay, the media management is we take your content, your talent, we refine your talent by coaching you, training you, digital of course, most times. You understand? And then you'll be given assignment, you'll be given targets and also recommendations of what to do. And when you do those, we can now move into negotiation of what it is. But first, even if you're already doing content, most people doing content today, you need to know that. For example, if I post your content on my page, it's like Tunde Eknot. Tunde Eknot don't pay people to promote their content, but they have the audience. So I know my audience will grow. Our audience, my platform audience will grow. Okay? I'll be happy if you start this journey with me. I'm saying with me as the CEO founder of Golden Page Media Management, not as Golden Page Magazine. You start this journey with me. We are going to be the next, what did they call it? Tunde Ednot, but in a different mode. Tunde Ednot will still carry your content from our content to post you because we need every visibility we can get. But if you send Tunde not a content today, he might not be able to post it because he need you to be making sense, to be funny. If you are a comedic content creator, you need it to be funny. And one of the things you need to know is you don't have to make content majorly just to make people laugh. We need to train our content creators so that they can take different niches. What content means today mostly is that people just want to create content about comedy. They will say, if I can't laugh within 2 minutes, I swipe. Yes, let them swipe. Make a content according to the niche you would interpret better. There are people that can't create content because they are not funny. So because they're not funny, they cannot create content because they are not funny. Now, remember that Mike Zoronye was not a comedian, but content have forced him to be a comedian, acting comic movies. And he has reduced himself to just YouTube videos, most likely. Don't limit your craft because the audience is asking you to. There are talented artists today that when they started singing music, people say, oh, this type of music is for American audience. They didn't give up. But for some, because of popular demand, they reduced themselves to popular demand, started singing what Nigerians would like. Forgetting that there is a bigger audience that is paying in dollars to view you. They just started reducing themselves to Nigerian markets. And that's what they target. Do you know how Mark Angel made money? by posting content. Even though some of his content were in pidgin, Nigeria has pidgin that is globally. His content was clean and it was appealing to any kind of audience. There was no nudity, there was no promotion of elements that should not be there are certain PG-13, PG-20, PG-18, and all of that. His content could be viewed by even PG-1, H1. A baby can watch his content. He wasn't selling his content to Nigerians alone, globally. But what we do in Nigeria is we just do content that Nigerians want to consume. Do you think Nigeria alone can pay you? Even if Nigerians alone can pay you, can't you do content that globally can be selling? So that's what we want to do. We take you through that process where you reorient you on what, if you want to do that, you can do it properly. And when you're able to do it properly, you have a bigger market to target and let the management help you promote it. And with that comes the glory. It doesn't just work one day. It takes time. You put in the work, we put in our work, and we both work together and we grow. Excuse me. Some people are just hustling, waiting for Tunde not to recognize them so that they will post them. Until social Facebook, started paying, people were just targeting the day Tunde not will post them. So every little post they made, they tag Tunde not. Tunde not is not paying you for your content. He's making money off of your content, but he's not paying you. But we will pay you. We'll have a bargain, but yes, we'll definitely you earn money from it. Our brand will be bigger. You'll be making money. That's the target. All we need is just visibility. Do you understand? I don't want to be the one that making content so that I'll grow my audience. That's what we divide that means. I'll be happy to welcome you to Golden Page community. There, your talent will speak for you. And with proper orientation and proper, skill management, you'll be able to make it. I give it 6 months for you. Understand? Understand that the content you were making before, there will be a difference between the content you were making before and what you'll be making if we are working together. If you are a director, if you are a cameraman, if you are a script writer, if you are a book writer or content writer, if you are a content creator, a filmmaker, or an actor or actress, actor in general and generic terms means man and woman, hit us on that platform on WhatsApp, Golden Page Magazine here, and we'll take it from there. Also, if you're a model, which means on a magazine, if you're a business entrepreneur, any kind of business, we'll promote you on our magazine. Understand? Promote you, because what the partnership we need between you and me is we need to grow our brand. You need to make some money, and you need to also inspire yourself to do your own craft. It's a win-win for us. At least we have a few follow on this Facebook. On this Facebook alone. Not on Instagram, but on this Facebook. It's a big platform and it's paying people these days. Do you understand? So that's why I invite you guys to be on that platform. And trust me, in a few years, you remember that that was the best move for you, because we will redefine what you mean for yourself. We'll redefine what your craft means for you. We'll redefine you, and you see that the future you have is different from the future you think you have. Right? Hello, guys. Good morning. How are you, Amara? Thank you for joining me. I've been here a couple of hours, like almost 2 hours. And I'm seeing a video of a Nigerian guy in Vietnam. All right, guys. Um, I guess I can call it today for now. We've been here for a few hours, so let's get into other things for the day. Okay, I'll be back here later in the day, and we'll continue from where I stopped. So many things to talk about, so many issues to deal on. But my final word for this morning is coming from, as a Calabar man, coming from Cross River States, I have had to climb so many hurdles to be able to scale through. And I know those challenges sometimes weigh on me, overwhelm me, but I just kept going up until today. And I'll continue to do so, right? You see, it's not that we have a different kind of approach to life. We have the same. Everybody just want to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to go. So by bridging that gap, so many people take different routes. You know, Some people will take this route, some will take the other route. What they are doing is trying to close the gap between where they are and where they want to go. So it can be very challenging and difficult. The challenges I've faced is, for example, I was not born in in Lagos. So as a Calabar man, for me to be able to want to attain fame, for example, as an entertainer or anything in the industry, I first of all have to leave my comfort, environment and come to Lagos. And some of us, Nigeria became like we have to seek greener pasture elsewhere. Some of us left Nigeria. Some people have actually left Nigeria for greener pastures. So you see that we have journeyed a lot in the route trying to close that gap between where you are and where you want to go. Some people where they want to go is just build a bungalow for themselves and their family. For some people is to build a duplex that's closing the gap from where they are and where they want to be. For some people, where they just want to be is have a car, have a business, have a wife, have a husband with children, and can afford a square meal for themselves, have a standard living condition. And that's where they want to be. And once they get there, they have arrived. For some people, they want to be president of Nigeria, like President Ashwaju Bola Ahmed. All through his years abroad, he wanted to be in the public space. He studied, he worked hard, he made money, he went back, became governor of Lagos State. Before then, he was there. Many people have different ambitions. For me, I want to be able to be in a space where I can link other people who have to struggle like I struggled to reach that gap so they can reach where they ought to be. For me, that's my ambition. So to do that, I model a company that I think can use, because see, the best way to start a business without capital is use your natural resources, your human resources. Sorry, not natural resources. Human natural resources, which is your talent, your skill. It is the best capital you can have. And if you can't deposit that capital to earn a wage, then you have taken a different route, which might take you longer than I have suffered that, because I know my own natural human resources or human capital, which is talent. I tried to build on it. I couldn't because I was desperate for certain things to be met. For example, yeah, as a Nigerian, if you are from that background where you need to fend for yourself, you know that you can't be doing something that 6 months you don't have 1 naira coming in. How would you survive? Maybe you have siblings hoping on you, looking up to you. The best thing is you go and hustle, make some money, and look after the people you have to look after, or look after yourself. And most times, you can't be doing what you love to do or using that natural skill that you have to get that money. 90% of the time, you have to give it up, go and be working somewhere. I've met someone who is a supermarket attendant in Wuse 2, and the guy will be writing music inside where he's working, but he has to be in that supermarket. Once he finishes from the supermarket, we'll go to where he's doing music. You know who that person is? Techno. Do you understand now? Yes. Techno won't sell in a supermarket. And with that, you know that this person is not supposed to be here, but he's here because he ought to be, because he has to make money, to make a living. So what I'm saying is, it is time for you to understand that the route every other person is taking might not be your route. You have to find a route that is best defining you and your condition. Your condition might be that I remember one time a certain lady, a girl, sent me a message that, oh, then I was trying to put golden page then, that she wants to write her WAEC and then she needs 35,000 naira to write WAEC. It was a long time, not very long, I think 2023. She said she wants to write WAEC and she needs 35,000 naira to write her WAEC. I said, okay, what do you want to do? I started asking her futuristic questions. She said, oh, that she just want to write WAEC and go and look for a job. I said, why? She said, because she don't have anyone to sponsor her to go to the university. So she will finish WAEC and she'll go and look for a job. After looking for a job, she will now write JAMB, and then from there she will see if she can see herself through school. This is a girl. And now look at it and I look at myself, how this journey took me. The time I finished school, primary, secondary school, and the time I was able to go to the university. Many people have graduated from the university and gone into business or gone on to establish themselves before I was now admitted into the university. It took me that long, 3 to 4 years. 4 years, not 3 to 4 years, 4 years before I gained admission. Not because I didn't gain admission on time, but because I didn't have any support or someone to sponsor my academic career. I have to sponsor myself. So with that, I have to start working and start saving. 1 year will pass, problem will come. The money you already saved is gone. You have to start again. Meanwhile, I wrote JAMB. JAMB is out. I cannot go on the registration because I do not have the money. The money I already made, family issues have taken it as young as I was. So I look at this girl, I just know that where this girl will end will be nowhere shorter than hookup. That's why sometimes when I see most of our young ladies are being accused of being, promiscuous or somehow hook up in Nigeria, you wouldn't blame them completely because as a man, I know what I went through to be able to at least see myself through school. So if for ladies, because men will always come to tempt you. For some ladies, at the end of the day, after secondary school, the next place they'll find themselves is to work with the expectation that from there they will go to the university. Some of them don't make it into the university. For those who do, end up becoming full-time, loose girls in campus because they already got spoiled in between the time that they were supposed to just from secondary school, you're going to higher institution. That gap you gave yourself, trying to make money to sponsor yourself, you started having boyfriends before things started happening, change your trajectory. So please, I'm telling you, if you realize what your natural skill or natural resource is for you in this era of digital marketing, digital content marketing, please focus on it, develop it. It will help you easily to go to school because even as a student today, you can create content on a niche of education. If you have a proper management that can direct you, that manage your direction, you can create content around it. So you can be a student and be creating content. You can be whatever and be creating content. Even if you want to go to school and you're preparing for WAEC and JAM, you can create content around this niche. The only thing I have a problem with is in Nigeria, what we want to focus on is because Mr. Funny is, what's his name again? People know Mr. Funny now. Mr. Funny is his handle, but he has this popular name because he's making money. Because how many comedians making money today now? We all want to do skits like them. It doesn't work that way. We all have to fall into different niches. That's why I was quarreling with someone the other day. You know, I must not do exactly what every other person is doing before you can know that I'm serious. I gave you an instance with Asa Asika and Davido before. Does it mean before because Davido is making money? Do you think Asa Asika, if he takes the microphone after being with Davido this long, Asa Asika cannot drop the song? He will, he can. He might even be a very good singer, but has he? No. The man knows that this is my domain. Let me manage it well. And he faced it and focused on it. Let Davido do his thing. And they have been doing stuff. But we Nigerians, most times when we have the opportunity, immediately, oh, me too, I'm a singer. I have always wanted to be a singer. Let me use the video now and start singing. Once the video knows that you are in competition, he doesn't care whether you make it or not. Give you space. Go and do your thing somewhere else. You leave it behind. Now, if you are a videographer and you are around the video, stick with it. Do it well. Don't come because it's the video. Let me now use the video and blow. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to produce a film. It's time that the video give you the opportunity that you want to now start using the video to make the film. We miss opportunities because all of us just focus on the thing that paid Mr. B and Mr. A. It's the same thing we want to make for ourselves. So come to Golden Page Media Management and we'll train you how to re-strategize, how to focus, and how to create a niche in this media space for yourself in content. You don't have to necessarily partner with us or work with us, just so we can coach you what to do. Do you know? I don't necessarily have to do all these things to have the equilibrium or the deep, profound knowledge. No, relatively, I have the knowledge and the articulate understanding to be able to properly coach you, train you rather, to do it right. I'm relatively speaking from a place of knowledge and understanding of what this means because I have profound, well-researched, well-equipped, diagram of what this means. And I'll be happy to pool all my, knowledge to helping you because with that, I'm enriching my own brand. Toyosi, good morning. Akimbode, Rasak, Princess, Momo. How are you guys? Thank you for sticking with me. Okay. So if what I've said so far, if you've met me halfway, maybe you listen to one or two things that I've said so far, I hope it connects with you, or I hope you share what I'm saying here, and I hope that we get to, do something together, be partners, anything. All right. There's a lot that we can do together. Thank you very much. Let's have a beautiful Sunday. Until later. Right. All right, you guys. We'll talk later then.